After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Hello, welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Havoc Moon. So you may have heard me go further away. My dog is scared, and you understand.
Yes, welcome.
Not Havoc Moon. Sorry, this is Good Trouble.
There you go. It's so over. The hiatus made me think it was the wrong series.
It's been months. I do this every fucking episode. I almost say Havoc Moon every episode.
Well, this time it's been such a wait. It really felt like Havoc Moon. It's been like, what, 3-4 weeks more? How long has it been, Tan?
I was already preparing to make like another joke in the Tan server that's like, yeah, Good Trouble's been canceled again.
You're also fucking funny.
Yeah, but we're back. We're here. Unfortunately, Dune did die in war.
I'm a big fan of my last one. A Christian baby just told me Jesus doesn't want us to do Good Trouble.
That was a good one. I was a fan of that.
A Christian baby tells you he'll die if you do Good Trouble. What do you do?
Tan, I cannot possibly give you a recap for it's been 10,000 years since I played, so you're gonna have to...
we killed
Your
one
dead
of...
husband tried to kill you.
We killed the vampire, part of the Better Angel. And then Bats and Chelsea abandoned Driver to get attacked by that zombie.
Did we? Did we abandon?
Well, I think it was in different locations.
No. So what happened was that you guys were talking about leaving, and you had apparently forgotten that I was still in a fight in the background.
Oh, is that still happening?
I know it's over now.
It was happening, but it's over now.
Sweet. All right.
It was just very funny at the time for you guys to be talking about, let's go home, and the driver's like screaming for help in the background.
We did it. We won. All right. Tan, why don't you set the scene for us?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we will begin. As I don't know what fucking noise I made was. We begin as you've come back from your mission. You've retrieved the information, which I believe we had forgotten. It was the Black Chrysanthemum, basically. There is a flower, apparently, that the leader of the Better Angels, Genesis, has been sort of engineered to have a reaction to, basically, like his kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Chrysanthemum. And if we recall... Well, we'll go into it. We'll go into it. But as you've arrived back from your mission, you've managed to make it back to Antichrist, to the massive train base. Mm-hmm. And we begin in sort of the medical car. We are resting and recuperating. Having emerged moments ago, one of you from high power, because Dr. Lamar is here.
Oh, wow. Oh, I feel a lot better. Thanks, Doc.
No problem.
Hey, I know I was in there for a couple of days, but did you hear from Neil about if they?
I'm sorry, I got you back as fast as I could.
No, you're fine, driver. I just have you heard anything about how my son's doing?
Well, yeah. Neil came back a little while ago with some more information. I'm not clear for that sort of thing, but I suppose I guess you could ask him.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do then. Thanks.
As you are asking about your son, Chelsea, you do of course recall that you've met another member of your family in the recent past.
That's exactly all the more reason why I really want to talk to and see my
I was making sure you read this.
Flashback, yeah. I think the first thing she does after getting that squared away is she immediately, she takes out her pill bottle, and she takes a pill, and then she stops for a moment, hesitates, and she takes, like, clearly more than she should, probably 4 or 5 more, and then
she has an overdose.
She's gonna light a cigarette.
She starts taking alcohol with it.
It immediately dies. No, and then I think she's gonna light up a cigarette and...
Bats, I have holes in my brain now.
and then she's gonna try and go talk to him.
Okay, so as you emerge from high power, it immediately sort of absorbs Bats to put him inside for his healing time. And so as Chelsea is heading for the office of your leader, Neil Speedwagon, what do you other two do? You two have also been healed. And you just see basically Chelsea.
I think Vasilii,
marching out.
even though it's been a few days, perhaps because Chelsea was the more conspicuously injured person, he had to, fix things the old-fashioned way. So, he's got like a ragged blanket coat about him, and he's still heating his limbs by like a radiator after that new encounter with like the ghostly frostbite.
I see.
Oh
So,
yeah, I forgot. You almost destroyed your hand or something.
yeah, he
was
tried
a
to
necessary-
devolve a ghost and it like blew up.
It was not necessary.
It was a
but go on.
necessary gamble.
It was not, but go on.
We were pushing the boundaries of knowledge. Vasilii is our resident scientist, as we know.
Okay. And how
Yeah.
about yourself, driver?
I have no idea. It is. Just keep going. I'll come up with something later.
Okay. So as you are, you make your way through the hallways of the Shroud of Antichrist, Chelsea, and as you're going, you do hear Antichrist try and engage you in conversation. It's good to see you're back on your feet, Chelsea. How have things been?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, my son, have you heard from him?
I believe Neil did receive information regarding that recently. From what I understand, your son is in good health. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You must be very proud.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Your son is in good health. It's good, right?
Yeah. Can I talk to him? Do you know where he is?
He's not inside me.
What?
I'm a train.
I'm sorry, I got lost. I thought I was talking to Neil. This is the fucking train.
This is the train talking to you.
Sorry, I got lost. I'm so
He's
sorry.
he's not. I didn't eat him.
Already the pills have gotten to Chelsea. She's already suffering the side effects.
You see, he's like, "Wait, where's my son?" Neil like pulls out. It's like he's chewing on like a big lollipop.
I do have to tell you guys, unfortunately, that I do believe Dune didn't show up because he's playing Dark Souls right now. Which is very
Are you
tragic.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he just
Why-
tweeted
why
10
would
minutes
you-
ago, wow, they weren't lying about DS1 after the Lord Vessel, were they? Jesus Christ, I told you, Dan. Fucking A. That's why I got distracted. Sorry. Please, sorry, from the top. Yeah,
Darnell, why are you looking at Twitter right now?
I had it.
I mean,
open and
I'm
looked
playing
down
a
at my
video
phone.
game right now, so
Zombie.
we're all gonna be
Stigma.
doing something in the background.
We still got you and me.
No, I just
still
looked
got you
down
back.
for a second because it was already on my phone. But yeah, Antichrist, where's Neil?
He's in his office right now. Would you like me to point you the way with my lights?
That would be nice, thank you.
He starts blinking the light outside of Neil's office.
I'm making my way over.
You don't have signs?
You notice there are signs.
Okay.
Antichrist likes to be helpful.
Thank you, Antichrist.
Thank you, Anticry. You know what? What Driver's gonna be doing is that he's gonna be looking through like Antichrist machinery to because he's interested in mechanics, see how this thing works.
So, how familiar are you with like trains then? Would you say?
Not my area of expertise, but I get the general idea of how they work.
Yeah. So you get the general idea of a train. Like in terms of the mechanics, it seems like pretty standard train. It's very high power, sort of high end train, but recognizably a train. You can't, for example, see like a set of gears that's like, here's where the consciousness comes from. It seems like an ordinary train, and then it's also somehow alive.
Right. I have no idea how this woman's stand works.
There's some magic shit going on.
Alright, going ahead. I interrupted your family moment.
No, you're good. I'm gonna, walk into the office to the... Neil?
He looks up from some papers. Oh, Chelsea, hello.
Yeah, hello. Look, sorry to be blunt, but my son?
Well, we've confirmed he's in good health. He's not been located, as far as you're aware.
Not located. It's been like what, a week or two now?
No, by our enemies. Calm down, calm down. He's not been located by anyone we don't want locating him.
Oh, okay, good.
Sorry, we lost your son that we were supposed to be hiding. We hid him from ourselves, even.
Gee, it was like back in my day, kids, we just were allowed to go explore, and now look how overprotective parents are.
Have you ever seen the body?
Good,
We find your son, and he's like a fucking Eli from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Can I talk to him?
He's not with me.
The number of where he's at.
The number, of course. He scribbles some stuff down.
Thanks.
A number. We have phones aboard. It's thank Kay for the phone service.
Will do.
She's working on these ones that. Well, you don't worry about it. You talk to your son.
Okay, thanks. Will do.
Chelsea, did everything go all right on that mission? You seem a little tense, a little agitated. You got the intelligence from what I understand, but did anything else happen?
She swallows in her throat, and she has her bouts of obviously anger. She kills people. I'm not gonna pretend she's like emotionally stable, makes bad decisions, but she's like pretty good about not crying or looking weak at work. That's but now she kind of closes the door of the office and locks it, and she's definitely shaking. And she says, Neil, they had him.
They had him? Your son?
No, they had James. He's with them.
That's not possible.
I know it's
not
for a fact possible. They must have made him a zombie or a vampire or something, but they had him with them.
You're sure?
They recognized his face, and when he saw it was me, he let me go. And that's the only reason I got away. But it was him.
I see. Well, he sort of rubs the bridge of his nose. I suspected. I thought there was a similar ability when we mentioned those shadows transporting them, but I didn't think it would be him.
It's not fair. Why would they do that? Why him?
I suppose it would be for the potency of his stand. He was our transport specialist before Sergeant O, so I suppose they wanted his ability.
What do we do? I mean, can he be reasoned with? Is he just forced to serve them? Is he doing it on his own? What do you know about vampires and zombies? I don't know all this shit. Driver taught me most of it.
Well, my father mentioned anecdotes, and I have some minor experience dealing with the fallout of such incidents, but I've not encountered any of it personally, you understand, so...
I understand.
Perhaps Kay? Kay isn't here at the moment, she's still abroad, but perhaps Kay could assist further?
I just need to not think about it right now. Until we know more, I just need to not think about it, or I'm going to get caught up in a spiral, and I'm not going to be any help. So just give me something to do. Give me a mission. What's next?
Well, I just want to clarify something as well. When you were going through the base, I understand that they said Genesis was created from a sample. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
I see. Did they say what the sample was?
I out of character, I know it was like a Pillarman sample, but like
it said sample S. That's all it said.
It said sample S. I didn't find anything more on it.
Nothing more, I see. Well, if you could get the others here, I can certainly begin briefing what the next mission should be then.
Yeah, no, that's great. I know where they are. I'll go get them right away. I'll be right back.
Don't forget your son. You asked for the number?
Yeah. I'll tell Antichrist to go get him, and I'll take that number, please. I want to talk to him.
He's hand you a little bit of scrap of paper.
Take it and quick nod. I take a moment to gather my breath. wipe any tears I may have shed, and then I leave the room and go find a phone. I tell Antichrist to let the guys know that we need to meet at Neil's place.
Okay. And do you guys go straight to this little meeting, or do you do anything else first, or? Hello?
No, I don't
I
have
mean,
anything.
I think it makes sense to go to this meeting now.
Yeah,
Cut
I'll
to it.
go to the meeting.
No problem. So, as the two of you show up, you notice that Chelsea's not here yet. Neil, thanks you for showing up. Well, thank you for getting here in such a quick time. Recovering from the mission, I hope. Bats is still in medical, from what I understand.
His soul is in a dark place right
I was
now.
going to say the exact same fucking thing.
What was that?
His soul is in a dark place.
I cannot believe that. Oh my god.
Well, so long as we manage to get his wounds healed, hopefully he'll keep all of his blood inside his body. He won't go hollow or anything.
To think this is what happens when you let your stand dominate you for months on end.
Yes. But, well, yes, thank you for making such haste. So, I understand, I've been looking through the notes that were recovered from the asylum. Another thing that's mentioned here, well, the bounty of the information, there's mention of the Black Chrysanthemum. And also, I believe this is more relevant to yourself, Vasilii. There's mention of a warlord who worked with these individuals, and I'd say when we were looking into your history prior to recruitment, I understand there are some commonalities there. Would you know anything about that?
There were many warlords when I was growing up. You'll have to, and you can tell he's trying to stay calm, but there's a slight crack in his voice. He's trying to keep under
Evade it a
wraps.
little bit.
You called me an
Sure.
optimist when I made that exact same remark to you, Vasilii. You are a hypocrite.
OC, I don't remember what you're talking about. But also,
Driver literally, when we brought this up before, said there are a lot more warlords than just your dad, and Vasilii said, "That's what I like about you, Driver. You're such an optimist."
He's been trying to hold on to that optimism the last few days. He's been worn down. It's felt like months since he's dealt with it.
there are many warlords. You have to be more specific.
Well, warlords
He's
that
ignoring
have
me
been
now.
suspecting of using
Driver's
undead.
actually fucking mad.
The warlord mentioned here apparently was using undead foot soldiers, and when we researched your history, Vasilii, we found some secrets that might indicate your family member was also using these sorts of resources. So,
Vasilii, your father was the Lich King from World of Warcraft.
Hell is a lich.
Sorry, that's a stupid joke. That was a WoW joke.
I hate that you're into WoW.
I'm not even. I used to be, though. I love Wrath of the Lich King. Fuck you.
so it seems to me, Vasilii, that's
I think Vasilii, gives like a coy side eye at Chelsea before saying to me, "It always comes back to family, doesn't it?"
is Chelsea here? I
No,
thought she
I'm
was
not
off
here
on the
yet.
phone.
Like,
Yeah,
if
I'm on a
I was
phone call.
if I was a meeting,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but she's
I'm
not
late.
shut up.
You look at like a photograph of Chelsea, so you
A framed
care.
portrait of Chelsea on the wall.
I walk in the door. I go, sorry, I'm late. I'm
Just
here
in
now."
time for Vasilii to give you the side eye.
Yeah, just in time for the side eye.
Like, what
No
the fuck did
context.
Chelsea do?
What did I do?
Chester to her.
Sorry, I wasn't
hey,
punctual.
it's a coy side eye. It's not like an aggressive one.
Little coy side eye.
It's intriguing.
So you've arrived. Please continue.
I mean, he said he was the last one to speak.
So, would you know anything about this, Vasilii? Apparently, if we are to understand these links, your father had links to this organization, to the people who created Genesis. Is there anything you would recall? Any family history we should know about? There's Black Chrysanthemum. Do you know anything about that? We need to know something. We need a lead to go on. I'm going to be honest with you, people. I'm clutching at straws, and I'm running out of straws.
Is this warlord still alive?
Unclear. I would doubt it. These are old documents. Warlords don't have long life expectancies, from my experience.
And you say this black chrysanthemum is the cause of the undead. You're absolutely certain it's not a stand ability.
Not from what I understand they were producing these undead externally and transporting them over there for his usage.
I think Vasilii closes his eyes for a moment, breathes, but all he has to say is, I've got nothing to tell you.
I see. Well, he seems genuinely at a bit of a loss then. We'll look more into the matter and then see if we can find another leads to follow.
You said you had something for us, sir?
I thought I guess not. I was hoping we could find something somewhere, but again, I guess not. And he sort of wipes his forehead with a handkerchief.
Why not?
Sorry.
What changed? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? I was a little late to the meeting.
What I'm interested in learning is how they were able to control that many undead.
Yeah, I don't even think I could pull that off, and that's my stand.
Yeah, well,
I think perhaps
I know
you
that
zombies work set differently than regular zombies.
yeah, I know vampire zombies tend to get like drunk on their power, even if they end up subservient to the vampire they serve. But
Are you implying that Vasilii's father is a vampire?
um, they were sorry. Oh, see, they were like supplying undead to Vasilii's father, right?
Oh,
From
so
the
maybe they were
evidence,
just
though, yeah.
sending him zombies. I gotcha.
Yeah, I think they were. I think the vampire they had was possibly sending them zombies, is what I'm gathering for this, unless I'm mistaken.
Well, the problem is, assuming the vampire is the bitch we killed, what happens to all her zombies now?
All her zombies should still be functioning as normal. It's not like they'll suddenly fade away.
Right, but now they're no longer subservient to anyone, and there's potentially a whole lot
And
of them
now
loose in the
they're
country and the public.
correct, and now they're super drunk on power and completely unchained.
So
Nice.
I think maybe we gotta move out of Russia.
Why Russia?
Isn't that where we are right now? We gotta move out of here. We gotta leave.
Hey, we're in the Soviet Union.
Hey, we're American. We're still gonna call it Russia no matter what time it is.
True.
I apologize. I don't follow. Why does that mean we should leave?
I think Chelsea's implying we need to go to China or something.
Yes, that's what I'm implying.
Oh, right. I thought you meant
Otherwise, we
to be
risk
attacking Kiev, but we had to run away.
As SCP heads would put it, a fucking broken masquerade scenario. Because like, what happens if all these zombies just start murdering and eating everyone in China, and no one's?
I mean, if the masquerade
don't worry
hasn't
about it.
been,
It'll get covered up. Don't worry about it.
Will
if
it?
the masquerade
I
hasn't been broken
apologize.
by now, it
I'm
never
sorry to
will.
tell you this, but we're the ones who need to do the covering up. That's
Oh,
sort of what we do.
I love that, like working for a top secret agency. Someone will deal with it. Us, sir.
We have to deal with it, I'm afraid. Well, if these zombies do,
Don't we have henchmen to do the covering up?
I'm afraid you are the henchman.
I liked it
Damn
better
it.
when I liked
In a
it better
sense, you
when I
are
was
my
the one.
henchman.
You
I liked it better when I was the one causing the messes that needed to be covered up.
Yeah. Well, come
I
on.
agree.
Come on, Vasilii. We gotta get moving. It's gonna be a long flight.
Well
Or
then,
drive,
well,
I guess. 'Cause
it's a big country, so we need to determine where exactly the zombies were.
Well, where was your
And
dad based at last you knew of Vasilii?
Precisely my question. Could you provide us a location of the old headquarters of your father, the home, the household, anything?
Give me a map.
You could zoom up.
He points at. Do you want me to like just vocalize it? Do you want me to actually like put a dot? Because I can do that.
Whatever you're more comfortable with, whatever's easier.
Give us a visual.
Describe it
All right.
so beautifully.
I love though the idea of someone like smart enough that they see a world
Yeah,
map
this
and
isn't
can point to the
necessarily like
exact
secret
spot their house
info.
is at.
This isn't. Sorry, I just
No, I know,
this
but
isn't,
just like,
secret
could you
info,
imagine
yeah.
trying to point to like your? Well, I guess England's small enough that you could, but like the world map.
You
and
could
you're
just put
like,
a dot and you would
there.
hit like most of the houses in England.
Yeah, on the world
Sorry,
map.
sorry, Stigma. This isn't like secret info. It's just sort of like just where you live.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that he wouldn't know this. I'm just saying I love that
I'm,
idea of
I'm
like,
replying to Stigma's message in the chat. So
oh yeah. Is like, yeah, this is
This-
just
this-
wherever.
this only-
Sorry, go ahead.
Vasily
I thought-
never learned where he lived. It was part of the mystery.
Yeah, his dad.
Points
That's how
to
bad
North
his dad
Pole.
was. He never taught his kid where he lived in case he got lost.
All right, Vasily unfurls, the global map, and he points to a spot, in the northeast of China, not quite by the coast, about halfway between the coast and the mountains in the west. You can tell it's close to the borders with the former Empire of Japan. He says, there, in the north.
Well, from what I understand, that it's no longer occupied, right? So, if there are zombies there, it shouldn't be too hard to locate them.
What, frozen ghosts and now frozen zombies.
We live in a world of the dead.
Better.
Right.
You
Well,
think
if
rigor
we,
mortis will affect him? Probably not.
I think that defeats the purpose of the zombie.
I don't think that cartoon's out yet.
What are you talking about? Anyway,
All right, guys, we need to go to a west.
It was a Rick and Morty. Darnell was making a Rick and Morty joke.
I'm sorry. Sorry, it was stupid. Continue.
All right, we need to go to West Taiwan now, guys.
Yes. Well, yes. Let's go.
Yeah. Fast travel.
Okay. Do you want because it's a mission? What sort of measures do you want to take to prepare? Do you want to take UV lights and stuff?
It's like the loadout screen from Metal
exactly.
Gear
Yeah.
Solid
Here's my
We're all standing next to each other. It's like
The obvious,
doing like idle poses.
the obvious answer normally would be to take a plane, but as we know in JoJo's fashion, just taking a plane.
the world's first Halo jump.
You
I
could
was gonna
get.
say, let's do a Halo jump.
You could. Can we do that?
Sure.
Yeah,
A Halo jump?
yeah.
Are we gonna be in like our Arctic winter outfits, all white?
Remind me of what a Halo jump is again.
High altitude, low opening. Plane flies overhead. We jump out of it.
Oh, I thought you meant like when they jump out of a spaceship in Halo the video game.
No.
I was like, we have that technology.
Kane just finished
Kane
the
and I
space
are doing.
shuttle.
Kane and I are doing a Metal Gear thing again.
Yeah,
Don't
let's
worry
do it.
about
No, I like that's exactly what I was imagining. Is we'd like jump out of a helicopter. That's perfect.
I will be taking UV lights with me again.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Can we all have some UV lights?
Absolutely.
Thank
Take as
you.
many as you can carry.
Hell,
I have the big.
Happy Halloween.
I have
Better
the
like
biggest
candy.
ones because they fit on Proto Men. Go ahead.
Okay. So yes, we just fade to black, and as we fade back in, we're over in the skies above the, far above the land here.
The world's first Halo jump.
near where Vasilii grew up. So you can't actually see the ground from where you are, Vasilii. Or really, you don't really have like a sense of your location except for sky, but you know, like intellectually, that you're going back to your childhood home. How does it feel?
Buy Metal Gear Solid 3 HD collection on Steam now.
Hey Dante, put out that cigarettes.
This place used to look so much bigger when we weren't thousands of feet in the air.
Yeah, that's how distance works. Driver jumps out.
I put a.
Was he wearing a parachute?
I put a hand on Vasili's shoulder. I say, "Are you gonna be all right, man?"
What's it matter? It's not like my house is my home's here anymore.
Just, I know this can't be easy for you, but you're not alone, all right? You can lean on us a little bit.
I think Vasilii is choking up a bit, even though he's trying not to show it. He mutters, "I already have," and he does in fact just step out without a parachute.
Oh,
Vasilii, wait!
As he's becoming small, you can see him shrinking, but more than you would expect just from falling. It seems he's become one of those he's become a
He's
primitive
turning
mammal
himself into a
like a
cockroach to avoid
it's
fall
like a sugar
damage.
glider.
As he turns into like a sugar glider and says, "Well, I was gonna go. Fuck! I was gonna ask him to make me a bird. That's like what every human being wants to try. God damn it!" And I jump out with my parachute.
okay, Chelsea. As you right before you jump out, you do hear a sort of ping, a strange sort of ricochet almost noise, a ping, and you do feel the course of play that adjusts slightly, like it's dipping downwards a little bit.
Was that the telltale ping of like a bullet?
You can say.
I guess no one.
So what time of year is it right now again?
So, wintry.
So you
Okay, it's the winter.
you said the
Okay.
plane, the helicopter's tilting now.
It's a plane, but yeah, it's what tilts.
I'm gonna try and rush up to the cockpit and be like, hey, what's going on in there?
As soon as you rush in, you do see, presumably to your horror, two tiny holes in the cockpit window and two tiny holes in the heads of the pilot and the co-pilot. Blood sort of leaking as they're strode into their seats.
Fuck. I try and shove the first thing I do, does it look like the shots came from inside or outside based on like the
Outside
glass? Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is, what do I got to work with in here in terms of materials? I want to like basically shove something to barricade the holes.
They're already
Well,
dead.
it's a cramped cockpit.
I just don't want to get shot in the head if I'm going to safely land this plane, is what I'm trying to say.
Why land it?
Because otherwise, like, a bunch of civilians and people could be killed if a plane
Just
comes
just
crashing
like
down.
direct it towards. We're near the coast. Just like direct it towards the ocean and say fuck it.
Sure. I guess, but if I do that, though, then I won't be able to meet you guys because you guys will be, like, hundreds of miles away.
I will admit,
If you try to land the plane, you're gonna be even farther away.
I will admit I had imagined we might be near some mountains.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, I will try and... So, I guess Chelsea, she has to think fast. She doesn't have time to think about what the stand could be right now. She needs to act before it crashes into a mountain or people. So, she takes some of the bone out of her suit and forms, like, a brittle helmet around her head to protect her from, like, immediate death. And then she's going to try, and she doesn't know how to drive a plane, but she's going to try and steer it towards the coast.
Okay. Well, I suppose that will be a roll to try and Joseph Joestar this plane.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and... What would that even be? Maybe some kind of... intelligence? Reason
Yeah,
wit?
I'd say intelligence.
Alright. Reason wit, thankfully, are things I'm good at.
So let's roll me intelligence. And let's
Oh, you
just say
gotta
it's a
be
DC of
fucking
4.
kidding me. Holy shit!
It's a DC of...
Doesn't...
Okay. So as you know how to drive a car, and you mistakenly thought this knowledge would sort of like transfer over
Yeah, I
to a
try to
plane.
steer it like a car. It doesn't work.
And you notice that not only is it not going in the direction one, it seems to be tilting even further until it's like nearly vertical.
I'm moving it up! Why is it going down?
The pilot's, as you're doing it, the pilot's body like flops over and lands on the controls, and you don't even know what sort of switches he just flipped.
Driver like looks back up to the plane and sees it like doing a suicide volley down into the ground below. And he notices Chelsea hasn't jumped out yet, and he turns on the radio and says, "Chelsea, what the fuck are you doing?"
Do we have a radio? I thought we had pagers. Do we have radio?
I assume we have a radio.
You're doing a Halo jump. You have a radio.
Okay, cool. I ignore the radio just for now because of the immediate situation, and Chelsea's gonna try something that she doesn't know if it will work. And if you want me to roll for it, or if you want to hard decide if it will work or not, let me know.
Tell me what your concept is. Tell me
So
your
she's
plan.
going to use her stand power to bring the corpses of the pilot and co-pilot back as like her zombies, and she commands them to land the plane safely. I don't know if they will retain their piloting knowledge in undead minion form.
That's interesting. Because
This is a moody
correct me
blues
if you're wrong.
undead.
You're more like puppeteering them than actually like bringing them back to life, from what I understand.
A and B. They're not back to life like sentient, but I'm not literally puppeteering them. I give them commands and they follow them.
You can see how much the muscle memory will get you.
Okay, so what would that be for a roll?
Well,
maybe like luckin' something. I don't know. Or maybe
finesse. I would say, give me a finesse and again a 4.
Sure, finesse. That's speed and precision.
Yeah.
So that would be for me. Not great. Jesus. All right. 66. Yeah, only 2.
Yeah, they do their best, but their movements are jerky, and they're just sort of like doing perhaps the most common sort of movements they did when they were piloting this plane, which isn't necessarily what you need them to do right now. So you see a lot of like the takeoff and landing gestures that are not really compatible with the current situation.
All right, tell me how bad this plane crash is going to be when I crash into this mountain.
It's pitch black right now in the plane, and there's a red light blurring. I would say you can see like a mountain directly in front of you, and you have seconds to decide how you respond.
Are there like houses on the mountain, or is it literally just...
There are not.
I think Chelsea goes, well, I fucking tried! And she's gonna try and dive out of the side last minute right before it crashes.
Give me a race of 2 then.
Like, she's like, I fucking made an effort. Pluck, speed.
Imagine if Chelsea fails this roll and she just dies.
Yeah, well, I mean, people survive plane crashes, but she'll probably die. I failed the roll. Oh my god.
Oh my! Is Chelsea dead?
I guess, or heavily injured.
As you turn to run out, you begin charging.
Chelsea!
At the sort of open ramp, basically, your last chance to get out. And you take a step out into sort of the main sort of area everyone's sitting in before. And the second you leave the cockpit, you hear and the bullet slams into your knee.
Ah! Fucking fall to the ground. Ah!
Yeah, you don't even have time to really register what happened apart from my leg not where it should be until there's a loud bang and everything goes black.
My last ditch effort, if you would allow, before unconsciousness is
I think you already had your last ditch, but go on.
Okay.
Tell me what it is.
Ludo like instinctually like manifests over her like in a like when you're like put yourself on top of someone else to protect them from getting shot and like that's it.
A heroic effort, but I don't know how much that means. I'm also receive his damage.
Go ahead. Oh, you're right. Well, he has more durability. His body has more.
Right. Yeah.
He has more durability, but yeah, I'm not gonna roll like his durability. You tell me what the result is.
That's
just like the role play
we'll find out.
Because Ludo is very protective.
Driver like watches as the plane crashes into the mountain.
Yeah, in the far distance. You are separated by a great distance right now. You have no way of knowing what just happened.
He sighs and goes, "God damn it!" Radios Vasilii, who probably misses this communication because he's not human right now. And it says, Chelsea didn't jump out of the plane in time. Looks like it crashed into a mountain. I'm gonna go check on her. And he steals...
Quick question for this omniscient voice that's in all of our heads.
Absolutely.
But given how often Vasilii, shifts around, would you say it's probable that, he would get special, more miniaturized, like, equipment?
I would say it's entirely possible.
Just like a little eagle radio? That's so cute. I love that.
I imagine it's sort of like a stretchy one, like... It's like a really small bit, like stretches.
It's like a bungee gum radio.
Exactly, it's got like cords.
Right. Then I think Driver hears like a high pitched squeak come back up in the radio as Vasili's still a primitive sugar glider.
I'll take that as an affirmative. And he once again steals Wen's jetpack and flies off to go check on Chelsea.
Okay. So, as you're heading off, I presume, did you, land and then take off again to go after, I assume?
No, I was just changing my direction midair, yeah.
Okay. And with that, then we will go to Vasilii as you make your landing. Please describe how majestic or otherwise it is.
Oh wait, quick question. What type does driver's cockpit jetpack leave any trail like
I would
is
say
it
it leaves like a
bright like
hot.
a
It's a
white
very
lava?
strange trail of like holographic steam or smoke.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think the trail can like leave my range though.
I think actually that you know what? We will split the gang. I think Vasily can trust driver. Or at least I hope he can.
Driver puts away the sniper rifles. Like now that I've taken care of Chelsea.
I think this actually does create an emotionally impactful moment for Vasilii to be, because Chelsea literally just was like, "Hey, you don't have to do this alone," and now he has to revisit his home alone. I think
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
be pretty interesting.
He's gliding amidst like
This was
falling.
all This was all intended by Darnell.
No, Dan's
He
the one who
rolls
said
bad for
the pilots
purpose.
died. Billions must die.
Yeah. Vasily just coming down amidst the falling snow, from so high above. You can make out like
If
a
only
vague
Dune wasn't
dark
playing Dark
outline on
Souls
the
right
ground.
Hang
now.
on, let
Yeah.
Vasilii say his
Oh,
name.
sorry.
Let him cook.
Yeah, from so high above, Vasily can make out like a small dark outline. You can tell that like this complex uh was constructed before so stealth from above was a factor.
Right,
And
right.
as he gets into the approximate area, and after a few minutes of walking, trudging through the snow, once he's human again, he comes upon in the front gate. The walls are crumbling. There's holes missing, and like even amidst the snow, which isn't that
I
high
just want to
yet.
point out, like, you do reach out. Like, maybe it's not as damaged as you would have expected, though.
Oh, okay. Are we still? Oh, does it look like it's entirely like new and fresh, or?
It looks more fresh than not from what you can see outside. It's like it's very snowy, so it's hard to like see very far, but it's not as ruined as you perhaps expected coming here.
I think Vasily pinches himself. Does his perception change?
It does not.
When? What are you up to? That's the conclusion he jumps to, and I think that fox is a fine cuisine, especially those white winter foxes. Would you say so? Omniscient voice.
I would say it's a matter of opinion.
I think it's probable that maybe Vasily had some of that in his diet recently.
Oh, right. That's what you mean. Okay. I would say it's very possible. You seem like the kind of guy who would do that.
All right, and I think as a pale fox, he's gonna try and get onto like the shingled rooftops, see what's going on.
Okay, so
Yeah, that place.
as you become the narrator of the nine-tailed fox, now as you become a fox and climb up to the roof, you do hear something unexpected. You hear footsteps like coming from where you were, like behind where you were a moment ago, like coming towards the front gates.
He,
Like hurried footsteps. Like someone's running, maybe.
I think using the snow to cover his footsteps, he's gonna try and shadow this whoever it is.
Okay, so you're just sort of like what observing them, like stalking them, basically.
Yeah, because like who could possibly be here? He thinks it's like when, but he'll wait and see.
Okay, so as this person's coming towards the front gates, you do see like as the silhouette appears, they seem very short. Like it seems like either a very short person or a child. And as like the snowdrift like moves past the wind, sort of blow past. I want you to tell me, Vasilii, what did you look like as a child?
I think obviously he was much smaller in a child. A lot of time he would be sort of in a loose robe, a loose tunic. I think even though there were a lot of kids, his father often took his displeasure, often spent his displeasure on Vasily disproportionately. It was like him, Wen, and another sibling were relatively close, and since Vasilii was the oldest out of the three, he took it on himself to take the beatings his siblings were supposed to get. So they might have a few more bruises, cuts than you would think you'd have.
Okay, well, you see that exact person you just described, that's that child who perhaps has seen better days, that small child, run out of the snow and towards the front gates of the household.
Vasilii bites his paw. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
What the fuck is going on? I think he's urgently chasing him now. No matter what, he can't let whoever this is get away.
Okay, and as you chase this person as they reach close to the gate, you hear a gunshot, and a bullet thuds into the snow in front of you. You hear someone shout, "Damn foxes coming up to the gates! The animals are out of control."
Does he recognize the voice?
You vaguely recognize the voice from your childhood, and you vaguely see the person standing by the gate. It's one of the guards, basically. This is a face you would have seen in passing in your childhood.
I think he hisses like a fox. And does it seem like the whole compound's come alive?
It seems like it is fully occupied from what you can see from outside.
Sometimes I hate stands. I think. Is the guard isolated?
There's two guards. He's with a partner basically at the front gates.
He's with a partner at the front gates.
They're standing the front gates. There's two guards to it, and one of them just shot
on either end of the door.
Yeah, they're not. Imagine they're not holding glaives, but these would be the kind of guys who'd cross glaives and be like, "Who goes there?"
Yeah. Right. But with pistols and okay.
Yeah, machine gun, assault rifles, whatever. They got firearms.
I think Vasilii will go up into a part of the gate, the roof of the gate above them. Let some snow fall in front of them, but then, while we're looking in front of them, swing back around, devolving and re-evolving from this winter fox into a Neanderthal, and to try and knock them out so you can steal a uniform.
Okay, I would say give that stealth roll of 2.
Okay, stealth roll of 2. Let me just open the rolls thing.
Yes, let me just stealth, and that just stealth would be body and reason.
You okay, brother?
Okay.
Sorry, I turned into Tasmanian Devil for a second.
You activated.
I remember that.
Okay, that's this. Wait, no, wait, no, not that. Okay, that's this.
Yeah. So you manage to from the perspective of the Inoshi viewer, you pop up behind the two of them as they're inspecting the disturbance. And if you're knocking out both of them, I can only assume you're grabbing their heads and knocking them together, comically.
Yes, of course.
Of course, we have to respect the classics here. They go down like twin sacks of wheat.
What's the biggest pile of snow lying around? You would say, how big is it? Big enough to hide a person in?
I would say so.
2
yeah,
people even.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
sure. Maybe a bit crowded
Well,
with 2 people, but
it's a good thing Vasilii doesn't have any fond memory of these guardsmen, as he strips one naked, taking the uniform, and he just dumps the both of them under the snow. Good riddance.
Did you notice, by the way, even in this sort of almost a blizzard, their skin does seem cold to the touch, lacking human warmth when you're taking their clothes.
The clothes feel solid,
they do, yes.
Normal. Okay. Cold inside and outside. And he's gonna warp his face to some random ancestor, let's say 8 generations ago or so.
I see.
on his father's side, unfortunately.
Right. Okay, and as you enter the compound in the guard uniform, you do see it precisely as you remember it from your child. It's just like another day in the life here, basically. It's just like you never left almost. This is just as it was then, with servants and guards and family members, and all just sort of living their lives like a snapshot from years and years ago.
Thing ain't
And-
right here. I think he's gonna duck into a corner. If it's unoccupied, he's gonna say into his radio, "Driver, status update on Chelsea."
And with that, we
Don't know who
swoosh over
Chelsea
to
is.
so we swoosh over to the forest where you receive that message, driver, as you're sort of flying through the forest on your jetpack.
I don't know who fucking Chelsea is.
That's Chelsea's evil twin. It's like Dragon and Dragon. You'll meet her one day.
So you're zooming through the trees towards the pile of smoke you can see coming from the distance.
God damn it, Chelsea.
And as you reach the crash site, you do see a heavily injured Chelsea sort of strewn like a short distance away. Her stand is Ludo is sort of like braced itself around her as like a cocoon, almost a shield. Well, both of them seem very fucked up. Chelsea, I'm going to need you to take 2 hits if you don't mind.
Yeah. I imagine like I've got a leg.
You're in the
like,
Yamcha pose, yeah.
Yeah, a leg is backwards, like an arm is like snapped and like hanging by like little
Yeah.
bits of flesh.
I think Tane and I are both imagining the Yamcha pose.
Okay, I mean that's less damage to me, so sure.
But you're also with those extra injuries. You just
Yamcha
mentioned.
was dead in that scene, so I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck, shit. I'm like trying to pick myself up. There's like flesh squelching noises.
I like crouch down next to you and I say, "All right, so want to tell me what that was about?"
There were. I was talking to Vasilii, and he jumped without me, without saying anything. And then before I could go, I heard something. I went to the cockpit, and there were like bullet holes through the window. Pilots were dead. I tried to steer it. I didn't want it, to crash into anyone, hurt anyone. Thought I could land it in the ocean, and I just crashed straight into the mountain. I didn't have time to get out. I tried to run out. I tried to give up at the last second, but something went through my knee, and I couldn't leave.
Yeah. Not to be a backseat driver, but if a stand's attacking you, I don't think you have time to pilot a plane.
Right. Thanks, driver. Look, I can't move right now, and whatever attacked me and the co-pilots are still here, so be careful, okay?
Yep,
We gotta get
figured.
out of here.
That's what my job is. Don't worry, I'll take care of you.
Oh, thank God.
and
I
I
thought
like-
you were gonna charge me to deliver me back.
Consider this one on the house.
Appreciated.
I lift up Chelsea and I put her in I summon Proto Men in bike form, put her in the projected sidecar. Then I hop on the Proto Men and try to take off before we get shot at.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So as you lift up Chelsea, both of you have this animal sort of feeling that you are being watched as you're doing this, by the way. You're very much aware that there are eyes on you, it seems.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend not to notice and wait until the second I think they're about to make a move.
I take the pilots' bodies, and I quite literally contort them into one big human shield to cover the back part of the motorcycle, so that we only have to worry about what's ahead or above of us.
Smart. And I'm gonna take off on Proto Men, hopefully before we get attacked, but
Right,
we'll see if that Amygdala senses anything.
Sorry, I had a stupid idea. You know the fucking thing that Abdul does, his little flame light? Just out
Yeah.
with the two bodies, like perpendicular rotating.
Like, these corpses can detect anything.
Sorry. Let's move.
I love how you never used that before.
It's so good.
Part 3 was fucking weird.
I know, and I love it.
Yes. So is your destination sort of the mission location then? That's where you're trying to take Chelsea? Well, yeah, so as you sort of make your way back there as like quickly as you can with Chelsea, you still feel his eyes upon you, but you don't necessarily feel like hostility at the moment. It's you are being observed, certainly, but you don't feel an attack coming.
Right. Well, it's a waste of time to try and hunt someone who's watching us if I don't know where they are, so I'll just keep on going towards the mission location.
Right, okay. And as you're sort of cresting the hill and you see this massive sort of complex, the blizzard has eased a bit and you can see this massive complex or active on the top of this hill. This is not the ruins of a place as you were led to expect. This is like an active sort of installation here. What are your takes on this?
I thought Vasilii said that no one's been here forever. He made it sound like it had been abandoned.
Looks like he hasn't been home in a while, is what I'd say.
We gotta be careful. If there's actually people here, we might get ourselves in real trouble. I'm in no state to fight.
You'll be fine.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're a doctor now. Jesus
I
Christ.
might be. You don't know my backstory.
Okay, what's your... Tell me what this bone's called. And I point to... guy who knows bones, my fibula.
Hang on.
Driver?
Hang on. That is your fibula.
Alright, fuck you. Fine, let's go.
I project like a little like like a little seat on my back for Chelsea to sit on, and I carry her inside. Like we're Ratchet and Clank right now.
Yeah, so you go inside. Strangely enough, the gates don't seem to be guarded. Who knows where the guards went? But with that, we swoosh back inside the complex a little bit to where Vasilii, you're in your guard uniform. I assume you're still in that little alcove that you stepped away into. What are you thinking? What are you doing?
The alcove we stepped into to radio the others. Or walkie-talkie, or communicate with the others.
Communicate, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And I'm guessing between no response.
But you got a response. It was just like, not now or whatever. You're just telling them like Chelsea crashed a plane.
Did he...
Okay, I meant like where... Okay, never mind. Well, he could bide his time, but will he bide his time? No, I don't believe so.
Go for it.
He's gonna track... He knows where his father would be. He's gonna see if he's around.
Absolutely. Well, you know, he would usually be in his personal quarters. As you make your way through the mansion, you seem like every face you see here, on some level at least, is familiar. Everyone here is someone you have met at some point in the past, basically, who would have been here under the circumstances. And
actually, before he gets there, he's gonna find another guard and ask, "What day is it?"
Yeah. So the other guard looks at you, and can you give me like a time span, like in Vasilii's young life when this would have been?
Do you mean like
year-wise?
Year or... Okay, so Good Trouble takes place in 1972 right now, if I recall.
I think it's 73 right now.
I thought we were way
Okay,
further
19...
than that. I thought it was like 1974 or 5. I don't remember. I thought it started in 1974 and it was 75 now, but
It might be, yes. I think that's it, actually, yes. In the 70s, anyway.
Mid-70s.
Right. Let me just
So probably
double
like the
check
early
something.
'60s if you were a kid, or early mid
Let me just
'50s.
double check something since I remember Vasily mentioned his, childhood novel, or was it okay? Novel he liked was The Great Gatsby. What year was that again?
You're plenty
Okay,
good in
okay,
time.
1925.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
1925.
plenty
Okay,
good.
plenty of time.
How fun was like, oh, it's 1925. Is that how old is Vasilii?
You don't know. He never mentioned it. He can change his face. How old is he? Maybe
I'm looking at
nobody
his sheet and
knows.
it says 31.
What are you talking about? Birth sheets don't exist.
Who can say?
Let's say, maybe Vasily was a lad in the 1930s.
So,
Okay, so it's
12th
like 40
September
something now.
1933. You feeling okay, soldier? You forget what year it is?
Wait, sorry. What did he say again? I couldn't make it out.
12th September 1930. Not 33, sorry, 63.
1963,
No, sorry, 53.
53. Huh.
What year was it you just said? Sorry. Whatever year that
Uh,
was is what he said.
like early 30s.
Okay, 1933 then.
1933.
Okay, so Vasili's like 40 something.
He's uh, you know, perhaps Vasily's memory is a bit foggy, but
I gotta say,
no.
we do not need to focus on the timeline too much.
Yeah, whatever. Let's keep going.
Okay. I see. So I hit my head on the wall,
Right.
and
Well, will you be heading to the the boss's chambers then? You had to help with that matter, isn't that right?
yes, I've got news of the matter, urgent, for his ears only.
Fantastic. Well, get to it then, I would say.
And as he, ascends the stairs, goes up a few levels, does anyone try and stop him, or is this specific guard, whose uniform he took, particularly, you know, clear, they got clearance?
It's hard to say if that's the reason, but it seems no one tries to impede you as you make your way to his chambers.
He he knocks just once.
Enter.
He goes through the door and closes it behind him. What does he see inside? Is it really him?
It is really him. What you can say. What would he have looked like? What does he look like?
I would say that he is in his late 40s, maybe early 50s. He's that mustache where it's like two triangles on the top and they're like uh you know pointing towards the sides.
What?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, yeah. He's got that, and I imagine if he's as Vasily remembers him, he'll be sitting behind his desk, his boots on the table, going through some reports in his big green uh army jacket. And this guy is unusually large. That's part of what
He's
got the
huge,
attention early
basically. Yeah.
on. Yes.
Yeah, so you see, as your memory indicates, he is going through his reports. It's very strange because you mentioned before that this place seems so much bigger as a child. He seems the same size as when you were a child, comparatively, because he's just that big. He looks up at
Well,
you and goes, "Ah, you made it. You were meant to be here 5 minutes ago."
apologies. The weather does things to a man's head.
I would accept excuses a second time, but anyway, it's time for you to assist me with the transport of the Chrysanthemum. Are you ready?
Uh, Vasily is like clutching his fist. He really wants to do something, but for now he holds it in. Of course.
Very good. Follow me. He stands up and moves over to the wall where there's like a hanging painting, basically like a landscape painting. He sort of lifts it up, flicks a switch behind it, and like a staircase like unfolds under his desk, basically leading down into some sort of hidden chamber.
I think Vasilii like stifles a gasp since up until now he was under the impression it was just working based off his memories. It was like an enemy stand attack, but he knows for a fact he was never here as a kid.
Something wrong?
Oh no, nothing. Admiring your physique.
Excuse me?
He lets a awkward silence hang instead of continuing.
I
Obviously he's
see.
not in a good frame of mind right now.
Well, at any rate, it's vital that we transport the Black Chrysanthemum. I
You
can't
mean
seem to...
chrysanthemum?
Yeah, you meant to say
Chrysanthemum, yes.
chrysanthemum?
Yes, sorry. Uh,
Thank you,
it's
Invisible
very
Boy.
important I do it. I can't quite recall why, but I need to show you where it is. Follow me.
He falls. It's not. Is it just like some winding staircase underground,
Yeah,
or
basically, I just sort of underground. Basically, it's like metal stairs underneath you. There's like a clank, clank with every step.
Forgive me if I missed the initial, but is this his father?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah?
he's like having to crouch low as he's making his way down the stairs as well. Seems a bit low.
Metal. This place is new then.
Hmm?
Oh no, nothing, sir.
And as the two of you reach the bottom of the stairs, it's like a small chamber basically. In it, there's like a metal pedestal, a glass, and in a glass box, like preserved in some sort of like liquid, you can see just a floating single black flower. Beautiful, isn't it? Very nearly unique in all the world these days.
And you've got the only one.
I have one of the few that exists. They say it came from a continent that people can no longer reach. Quite beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's just one flower. What will you do if you run out?
Things are precious in this world because they are unique. The fact that I can run out means it's worth possessing. Wouldn't you agree?
Indeed.
He sort of, as he like
And
crouches down to like appreciate it further, he is turned away from you.
is this okay? Okay, I was about to ask if he was like facing me, and as Vasily, you know, devolves his face back into his own, he's having his like one arm, expand and expand. It's not even like, trying to become something that can grasp a tool, something really, nimble like a human palm. He's it's the most primordial limb, most brutish he can think of. And as he walks up and places like his human hand on his father's shoulder, he says, "It is indeed worth possessing." And he tries to like donut his father with like the primordial limb.
Okay. You do this with surprising ease. As you punch through him, you feel not flesh give, but like rock give. Like his stomach explodes out into pebbles as you blast your fist through. And he sort of twitches in your grip and falls limp, his mouth just moving. Like, and he's just sort of going random words like Black Chrysanthemum, unique in all worlds. I Black Chrysanthemum, you, I,
Vasily,
God, duty.
Vasily stomps on it with his heel.
The
Right, and
flower?
No, like the like mumbling rock corpse.
Oh, okay. I was worried you just destroyed the thing we came here for.
No, he meant like the thing that's like twitching.
Yeah, I know. I
yeah, so
understand.
before like it's just like a pile of stones, like with a vague impression of the face. They're just like mouthing silently these words. Whatever this is, it's some sort of copy or recording or something. It's hard to tell. It's made of rock.
I think, I think Vasily was trying to play it cool when he was, you know, impaling. But now that he's like, finally let it out, he's going into a rage. He just blindly, like stomping over and over. on like the remnants of the man who was, well, no, okay, not the man, the rock thing that was once here, going die, die, die.
For as you finally finish, it seems the only thing left of this thing is like a glowing purple rock with like tiny legs. And as you realize, at first you think this thing is beetle shaped, but it's not beetle shaped. It is a beetle made of rock, it seems, just lying on its back now, twitching its legs weakly. Like this thing was the core of that construct, or whatever it was.
He's gonna touch it. He's gonna try and pick it up. What might you be? Does it seem like it's okay? I can't tell if that's like parts of a word or just incoherent noises.
It's hard to tell exactly. This is like an insect's like chirping, as far as you can tell.
Ah, I'm descendant. Okay, he definitely did not have any bugs today. No, he had no bugs.
Yeah, no, no, you didn't eat any bugs today.
What is there any empty table made out of maybe wood?
There's a table in here to like put stuff on. It looks like.
Okay, I think first Vasilii will try and take the chrysanthemum. Does it feel like it's real flower?
It does.
I'll figure it out if he'll figure out later if it's a rock or not. But first he'll take it, and then he'll try and using his stand, like make a cage to place this beetle and wait, what are the tables made out of?
Like there's a wooden table.
Oh yeah, okay. Then he'll just try and carve like a little cage for his beetle in, with his stand, of course.
Okay, and as you have this, we swoosh out to the gates where you two are just entering, Chelsea and Driver. I say Chelsea and Driver. Driver is basically carrying Chelsea inside, from what I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
And you notice as you come in, this whole place seems deserted.
Like no one's here. Does it look ruined?
No one's here. There's like piles of rock everywhere, but apart from it's weird because there's piles of rocks, but you can't actually like see any destroyed architecture that would warrant like rubble.
I like crouch down next to the rocks and like pick them up, inspecting them. I like look around, see that this place doesn't have really any rocky architecture, and I say, "What do you think? Maybe rock insects?"
Real quick before I get into specifics, it looked like this place was well kept from afar, right?
As you were coming in, it looked like that, and when you got through it, suddenly everyone's gone.
Must be, but something's not right here. This place looked like it was still maintained when we were away, but now that we're up close, it's ruined, just like Vasilii said. And I don't see him anywhere.
Maybe they set up rock creatures to serve as some sort of defense, but as the years went by...
Wait a minute. Say that again.
I didn't. Rock creature defenses?
No, after that.
As the years went by?
And my eyes widen a little bit as I think about it. Looked newer coming in. It looks older now. And Vasilii's nowhere to be seen. And I start saying, we gotta look. We gotta look for a sign or something, and I'm looking for like cuts in the wall, anything that might be written somewhere, like in dust or something. Chelsea just like stumble. Well, she can't really go off; she's being carried, but she tries to like stumble and be like, "Come on, work with me. Get me near the walls."
I hear you. I'm coming.
We are trained. We're trained in this, folks. From part 1. What was that fight, Tan? What was that stand?
No
Which
patrol.
one?
The one that was like a house that like attacked from the future.
Oh right, yeah, Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Dante's brother.
We've been trained for this scenario for time travel communication.
You don't seem to find any like markings, and as you're like feeling up the walls like Mister, I imagine, Vasilii, you emerge from the top of that staircase back into your father's quarters. And there's a little window in those quarters that you can see, like the central courtyard in, and you can see sort of Chelsea and Driver running their hands over walls there.
It's mostly just Chelsea. I'm just sort of looking around.
So yeah, so you come out of this place, you come out like that secret room, and now everything's abandoned again. It seems it's just you, Chelsea, driver, your little cage of the beetle in it, and your little box with the
Oh,
flower. in it.
look, there he is.
Oh, sorry, Vasilii. Where were you? We called your name. We shouted for you.
What and as like the walls and the whole thing that was like well, not splendid, but like fresh and new. He looks behind him and it's all like back to being like battle damaged and like basically a ruin.
Yeah, it's like you can see the damage slowly like returning, like the time weathered features like slowly eroding themselves back into place.
He reaches into his pocket. Is the black chrysanthemum still there?
It's there.
You got what we came here for, right?
And more. Is like the rock beetle also still with him?
Yeah, you got in your other hand.
Is it
You
alive?
recognize this
Yeah, it's
driver?
like twitching weakly.
I look at it and, think I was right about my rock insect guess, huh?
Okay, in my defense,
it was
time travel would have been way cooler. Sorry, Vasilii. You didn't answer, and things looked weird when we came in. We thought you like time traveled or something, but I guess it was just rock insects.
So this is a subspecies that you're like slightly familiar with, driver. Perhaps like there's been a past incident of this in the past.
If you would like me to give the Speedwagon description, send me one and I'll narrate it for you.
Sure.
I think as Vasilii was walking out, you might have noticed that like he was looking a lot more disheveled than normal. Like normally he keeps himself,
I just
cool,
realized
but, like, he looks
what
very
this is.
wild right now.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just realized what this is, and I'm pissed off. It's the fucking time roaches. That's what they fucking are. Fuck you, Tan. You can't make those canon.
I see. This is a Barbie girl. What it does is that it latches onto memories and imitates them. I guess it was imitating the memories of the people who used to live here.
Tan, I apologize
How
for my
that work?
outrage earlier.
There was nobody left here except for me, and I went to places I would never have known about as a kid.
Who used to be here, I repeat.
So maybe the memories of your dad or someone else.
Seems like it.
I think Vasilii, like, I get okay. I don't know. Should I repeat what I said or?
Yeah, sorry, I was caught up on time roaches. That's my bad.
Okay, yeah, no. So both of you might have noticed that Vasilii looks a bit off. Like usually, he's very composed and he puts in the effort to like make himself look very neat. Hair all brushed and all that. Like now he's wild, he's all disheveled. His eyes are sort of bloodshot. His like hands are trembling a bit. And as Driver mentions like his father's memories, he walks up and like grabs Driver by like the cuffs and he says, does the bug need a body?"
Tan.
Usually it constructs one around itself out of rock.
It
No,
constructs.
as in like doesn't need like a body to like access the memories of her like
It does.
that.
It doesn't. It's sort of ambient memories. It like soaks up.
It soaks up ambient memories, such as ones recorded left in the earth.
Thank God it didn't spawn dinosaurs. Am I right?
Left in
Yeah.
the earth. You're saying they dug up his corpse?
What I'm saying is that it can take ambient memories from around. It doesn't necessarily need a corpse.
Is your father dead, Vasilii?
Is your father?
Yes, actually. Ow.
Why are you? Whatever. You got what we came here for, right?
Yeah, and he takes out the black chrysanthemum.
All right.
Chelsea, I need to roll defense right now.
What do you mean by defense?
Well, you're being attacked, is what I mean. So.
Right, but like, there's not really a defense stat, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Like withstand, restrain.
You feel sudden killing intent. How do you respond to this?
I immediately Ludo manifests like arms crossed and a blocking motion towards wherever the killing intent action is.
So you're going to withstand here. So roll your pluck and durability.
Sure. Let me go ahead real quick. Pluck, durability. Not the worst roll.
Okay.
Fuck, 3 successes. Oh, 4. Okay, that's good. Hey, that's good. 4 successes, we take those.
1,
Whew.
2, 3. So a bullet whizzes centimeters past your face, like scratching your cheek.
It's not stopped by the arms?
It went through the arms but narrowly missed you.
It goes through stands?
No, like in like a tiny gap, basically, in that
Oh.
stance it got through.
I got you.
And then it almost, but coincidence, like you moved your head slightly, and it just whizzed past your cheek and like cut you.
I do the like slow realization, like putting the hand to the cheek and there's like a drip of blood down it. I turn around. What do I see?
You see nothing. You see the forest all around you. It seems you're under attack by some sort of sniper.
I go, all right, guys, we got to get out of here. And with the human shield, wait a minute, didn't I have a human shield behind us?
You did.
And it went through that as well?
It seems to have blasted through that.
Wow, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just got to leave then. I don't have anything that could block that. We got
Okay, so you all agree? You're just going to sort of evacuate
Yeah,
the
I'm
compound?
like, guys,
basically?
Well,
gotta go now.
if we're under attack by a sniper, it might be better to take cover within the house until we figure out a plan to deal with them.
The cover doesn't
Driver,
seem
don't
to
you
work,
have a
though.
helicopter or something?
It went straight through my stand-enhanced human shield. It even went through my stand's, like, own block.
This sniper took out the plane. I don't think a helicopter's gonna help here.
The plane. That's why Chelsea was.
Yeah.
He grips the black chrysanthemum. He places it back. We'll sort this out later. Let's go.
All right, 2 for leave. I say we leave. Driver?
All right, guess I'm outvoted.
I love
And I hop on.
What is the escape plan?
Drive very fast away on a motorcycle until
Okay.
we're out of this area, and then think about it, I guess.
I guess whoever's not driving is like on bullet
Yeah,
deflection duty.
because the plane crashed. I don't know. Do we know how we're supposed to be picked up?
You were meant to sort of signal to the plane.
Right, so I think we're fucked. And we're just like lost
Did they
in
give
China
us like
for
a
a while.
flare gun or something?
Well, I mean, it's not the first time driver's done long distance delivery with you guys.
So true. Maybe Vasilii could turn us into birds and we could fly south for the winter.
I was about to say that same thing. Migrating south for the winter.
You want to be game for a hunter?
That's a good
No.
point, actually. You made a really compelling argument with that. Fuck. If only peregrine falcons were in our de-evolution path.
And so I project Proto Men, sidecar and all. Chelsea's still latched onto my back like Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. There we go. And I take off driving, and I just say, you two cover defense. I have to focus on driving.
I want to try something, Tan, with the corpses.
Absolutely.
So this guy's trying to snipe me, right?
Right.
You can tell I've watched a Choso fight. So manipulating corpses. Chelsea hasn't really done this before, both because it's gross and because it requires some finite control. But since I'm going to try and, like, compress and, like, concentrate some, like, blood from the corpses and try and shoot it back and see if it hits anything.
The first time you're doing this technique, so
First time, yeah. So if you want to say I suck at it, that's fair.
I will let you do it, but I'm going to say for this first time doing it, the person you're using it against will have an advantage.
Sure. All right.
Okay, so as you're zooming the three of you through the woods here, you do notice, just as an aside, Stigma, you do notice that little beetle you've got like locked up is like jerking, spasming in its cage. You don't really know what it's doing. It's like freaking out. And Chelsea, as you're keeping yourself so ready, basically, and the second you feel the earth shifts and another bullet come, it's time to roll. We're going to try and play. Is this a counter attack then? Are you trying to deflect it?
I was
or?
trying to shoot before it shot, like as soon as I felt the feeling. But if that's not possible, then I will try and basically my defense will be shooting a bullet to meet it, I guess. But I was hoping to like shoot him if possible.
You don't know where he is. You've got no clue.
Okay. I will just try and shoot the bullet then with my own.
I would say it's going to be a trick shot then.
All right, so that'll be wit, precision, which are pretty good for me. It's okay for me. 86. 3 successes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and I take the
Okay.
hit, so I'm gone. I'm retired.
So yeah, you fire this blood bullet, and then it's like splatters, shatters, as the bullet zips right through it and hits you in the gut, Chelsea, sending you flying off the bike onto the snow, but below.
I am.
Leave like a red
Chelsea!
trail in the snow.
I'm 0 hits. I can't. I'm not dead, but I can't. I'm unconscious. I think, unless I dark determination, which I'm not gonna.
I think Vasilii like looks back and forth between Driver and Chelsea, and like she tosses.
Again, it's Chelsea.
Drive. I know what I'm saying. I
You
think,
you fucking make us call your character this bastardization of a name, and you can't call Darnell's character by its name correctly.
I think he tosses Driver the Black Chrysanthemum, and he says, "Go, I'll catch up." And like he lunges out of the like sidecar, back to like where Chelsea, where she's bleeding out in the snow.
That's just kind of sweet because they've had this friendship building up. I'm getting a little emotional.
So yeah, you find where she'd land unconscious in a rapidly spreading pool of her own blood. And as you are like reaching her, you hear the radio you've been using to communicate sort of like crackle as someone else enters the frequency. Only warning. Destroy the flower, the next one hits her head.
Wait, could you repeat that?
Only warning. Destroy the flower, or the next shot is for the head.
Okay. The reason I asked for it, you sounded like Darnell for a second, Tam, before. So
What?
No, he did not.
It's me, Darnell.
The first time you said that, you sounded like it.
Hell yeah. What will you do? Will you destroy the flower? Or will you protect me in some way? Will you turn me into a little rat and put me in your pocket as I bleed out?
I think Vasilii falters a moment, looking to see what Drive, if like, would you be able to like even tell if Drive was like reaching to do something with the flower or not?
You wouldn't be able to really tell from this distance, I don't imagine.
Right. Okay. I think then, unless
I haven't really
Driver's
been able to
first.
get in a word for a second. But,
Sorry. Please go ahead.
when Chelsea fell out, I did want to like immediately like turn around and go back for her, but I guess Vasilii handed it to me before I could do anything, and then jumped out. And I don't know. It feels weird since I don't think it should have taken Driver this long to react, but
Well, you're caught between like various
I feel like
impulses here.
it hasn't only been like a few seconds.
Yeah, this has been very quickly happening.
Yeah.
Like we take a while to describe it. It's like it's fun in a few seconds what's happened.
Okay. Getting this warning to destroy the flower, the next one goes for the head. I want to try and do a bit of trickery here. I look over to Chelsea, and I look over to the woods in the distance. And I want to do a bit of sleight of hand where I like switch the flower with like a fake one.
Ooh.
Projected by Proto-Men, and as I'm like looking into the woods, I tear up the black flower, or the fake black flower, in like an instant.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand then.
That's pretty clever.
Wait, sleight of hand's not an actual skill, is it?
If it fails, though, I will be shot in the head.
I would say.
Hold on.
I think I should get 2 advantages for this, frankly.
You can have one. Hold on, you can have one.
Hold on. You could do bamboozle.
It's both clever, and I'm risking a confrontation for my ideals.
You could do a bamboozle, a feint.
What ideals?
Yeah, I'd say bamboozle or feint there. That's up to you.
I would agree. Driver's ideal. Hold on. Let me look it back, but I think it does fit this. Drivers, life
I
philosophy.
always stick up for the little guy, and right now Chelsea's
Yeah,
pretty little.
exactly.
Are you sticking up because like you're? If you fail at this, he says he's gonna shoot her in the head. So are you sticking up for her in this instance?
At least an advantage for clever. Well,
Yeah, you can have the
sticking up
clever
more-
advantage.
Isn't sticking
I'll
up
take it.
for the little guy more like Robin Hoodie, against the oppressor?
That's fair. That's a good point.
You can have the cleverness one. I'm not disputing.
I
that.
guess you could argue Chelsea's a woman in the 70s, but like, there's only so far that goes when she can also blow people up pretty easily.
In a sense, you are being oppressed right now.
In a way.
In a way.
She's being commodified. If you think
You've been
about it.
shot twice.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. And
That's
I
a-
crashed in a plane.
That's a 4.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah.
you would do his anticipate or intelligence. I don't know.
Let's say it was a 4. It was a 4 I was asking for.
Oh, it was a DC. Oh, thank God.
Okay. And as you toss it down on the ground, the copy, from my understanding, you like destroy the copy, right?
Yeah.
You feel like the killing intent recedes somewhat. You've never seen this guy. You've heard like 2 sentences from him, but you can feel like although he's still observing you, he's not like about to shoot you right now.
Right. And I like to drive back over to Chelsea and Vasilii, and I say, mission's failed, let's go.
The flower's gone.
I think while that was happening, Vasilii would have tried to like stabilize Chelsea, like evolving like her abdomen where like she got shot into like an ancestor, so it's like she's not healed because like it'll revert back to her wounded state. But, like it's like stabilize her until we can get her to like a medical facility.
Tan, can I like come to consciousness for a moment?
You can, sure, you're like in a haze right now. You don't really know what's going on, but
So as Chelsea's in a haze, even though she's pretty injured and she's not fully understanding who's fighting her or what all's going on, she does see Vasilii above her, like, trying to help her. And she like puts a hand on his and gently squeezes. And she says, hey, don't worry. I told you I'm not going to leave you alone. And she kind of fades back out of consciousness.
Ooh, that was good.
right. As you feel like you've like got to step up in this situation, like you've accomplished something. Like you're thinking this driving, at least in this sense, because you know the facts that it's not you've not really failed.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're like healing, quote unquote, healing Chelsea, you say what
Well,
did you put
not
that beat?
healing, more like
Yeah, like quote
more
unquote,
like
stabilize.
oh yeah, right.
Where did you put that beetle that you like kept?
And I believe it would have still been in his pocket.
In my mallet space.
I thought it was like in a little cage though. So like, is that the
Or
cage?
like a
for your
cage in his pocket.
What?
Okay,
Well,
you can feel.
Go on.
So you can feel like a rapid rattling coming from your pocket here right now, absolutely. Like something is jerking around in that cage with enough force that the cage is like bouncing around in your pocket.
He'll hand Chelsea over the driver since he's the one in the vehicle, and he checks out what's going on with the beetle.
It's moving around in that cage so rapid. Like it doesn't look like it's moving around. It's like it's being thrown around the cage basically right now, like a poltergeist shit.
Why are you keeping
Driver
that
is a
thing?
Driver is a rock bug supposed to be doing this?
Barbie girls are not known to do this.
They are not known to do this. Why did you keep this thing anyways?
But
As you're asking this, sorry.
Go on, Tan.
As you are asking this, the cage suddenly explodes from the force of this bug move around with like shower of wooden splinters, and the bug just like bounces around like the forest and like pop, 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 until it comes limp to a dead halt on the snow before you all. Just sort of twitching.
Is there something? Does it look like there is something special about that snow? Is it like raised, like there was something buried there? Or...
It just looks like that's where like the momentum came to an end, basically. and slowly this crack comes across it. And as you heard it chirping before, you can hear it chirping again, like almost forming words. And unique, 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 unique. And you notice every time it says the word, it's coming close to that voice it was imitating previously of your father. Unique. And as it says it one final time, suddenly the bug bursts upwards as a massive human arm like bursts up out of the bug, like defying like internal dimensions here, like someone's climbing out of this fucking tiny insect. Did you think I would allow an impersonation? And you hear your father's voice as he climbs out of this tiny insect, full-sized.
Did he just Toji this bitch?
He just told you this bitch.
Oh,
I understood that reference.
oh shit!
I look over to Vasilii and say, "Why did you keep the bug?"
Is this what these are supposed to do?
Not this!
Don't blame him. Just figure it out.
I will blame whoever I want. Get in the bug.
think-
Get in the car. We're going.
I think Vasilii like takes like a single like step forwards in the snow, and you can see his eyes are like swaying back and forth between like his past, like and his father, the enemy he's had so long, but he also sees Chelsea, who's like clearly injured a lot, and Driver, and like he clenches his fist and bites his own lip so hard it's bleeding, but he goes back onto the snow. Was this snowmobile or like just a motorcycle still?
That was a motorcycle.
He goes back onto the motorcycle and says, "We'll settle this, but right now there's someone I care about more than you."
He sort of turns on, like noticing you guys for the first time. He's just been sort of luxuriating in the fact that he is alive. And he looks at you, Vasilii, like looks you up and down and goes, "Who?"
That's what I thought. I mean, you never change.
I step on the gas and take off.
And as you are speeding off, you see the sniper like take a shot at the seemingly resurrected man. His head jerks back, and then he jerks it forward again, and you see that bullet that's been fired, he caught it between his teeth. And that's the last thing you see before the trees rush past, and the session comes to a close.
I can't believe your dad is Toji, bro. Oh my god, that is so cool. Fuck.
Wait, is that it? Is that it for today's session?
That's for today's session.
That was
yes.
good though. I was short, but that was good. The Vasilii lore popped off.
Yeah, it was a bit slow to start because a bit of a hiatus, but once it got going, it got going.
How do you feel about like Vasilii finally, getting some of that backstory delved into? Like, what are your thoughts right now, Stigma?
Well, obviously, I was as surprised as anybody was once it became clear what was going on. But yeah, I liked it.
That was good shit. Good shit, Tan. Tan is not a fraud just yet.
Just yet.
I was on the verge.
What are you implying?
On the verge of fraud, honey. Not really.
It was mid-honey that really destroyed me.
I would never call you mid-honey, but I might call you fraud, honey.
I'll call you mid-honey. Fuck you.
Hey!
I'm kidding. I love you, Tan.
Stands in front of Tan protectively.
I will call our good GM Spray Tan Honey.
Nice.
No, I heard this.
And with that,
what is spray tan honey?
We'll
what
see
does
you guys
that mean?
next time. Bye.
What?
Wait, what does that mean?